different sports. I played soccer and basketball, ice hockey, lacrosse, softball. And then when I moved to New York, soccer was played in the spring. So I had to find a sport to play in the fall, and that was field hockey. So I'm glad that my parents made the move, and then I kind of, just fell into having to find another sport. And I'm so glad that I did. So I went to school in Boston, right across the river at Boston University. I had a tremendous experience there, and I think one of my favorite memories in college was my senior year. We went down to UConn for NCAA's, and we played Iowa, and we ended up, and they cruised through the Big Ten that year, and they were having a great year, and we ended up beating them in overtime to go to the Elite Eight, and it was just a really special experience to share with all of our teammates and during our senior year and share in that great experience. I think it was a gradual realization for when I decided that I wanted to be a coach. I've had the really good fortune of having amazing coaches all throughout my life, and they've left a really strong imprint on me and on my life and on my development. And so throughout my time in middle school and high school, college, getting to work with these people and work with these amazing coaches and knowing everything that they've done for me and how they've changed my life. I really wanted to be able to give that experience and have that kind of impact and give back to the community in that way. And so that's how I really kind of decided how I wanted to be a coach and a little bit about my evolving realization of how that came to be. Before MIT, I was coaching at Boston University. So I went to school there for 4 years, and then I was coaching there for 10 years and had a great experience there working with the two women who coached me throughout my college experience. So we had a great thing going over there, but I'm, so excited to be over here at MIT and for this next step in my career. So as a student athlete, I actually played on Jack Barry. We had all of our practices and all of our home games were at Jack Barry. So I have many a turf burn from playing on that field, but also, a lot of magical memories there. Taking the Vans over and playing on Jack and winning, America East championships there. Uh, and so Jack Barry is a special place to me. It's what I had considered home for a long time during my playing career, and then when I started coaching, it's the first field that I coached on too. So coming back to MIT now is just absolutely serendipitous. It feels like a coming home to me. I'm so excited to create those same magical memories on a field that I played my whole college career on. So the surface has changed and the people have changed, and I'll be wearing a different color, but I'm so excited to be back. It's like I said, it's what I considered home for 4 years and for a couple more after as a coach. So really excited to be back at this special place. So I'm so excited to be here at MIT. Obviously it's a phenomenal institution, and the opportunity to work with people, such brilliant young women who are truly going to change the world. And I think that, having that opportunity to be surrounded by those types of people every day in practice and having those conversations is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I'm so honored to be here and to work with these young women who are driven on the field, driven in the classroom, and just want to be the best that they can be. And so I think the Division III philosophy, just being a student athlete and really having that emphasis on both student and athlete was really important to me. The things that the student athletes are able to do here on the field and outside the field, and their research opportunities and clubs that they're involved in, they amaze me every day. And they're doing exceptional things, and I'm just so happy and excited to be here and honored to be able to work with these amazing young women on a daily basis. A little bit about my coaching philosophy is really coming from a holistic approach. So really giving you the resources and to see how good you can be on the field and in the classroom and from your whole student athlete development. Here at MIT, obviously you're a student first, and I want athletics, field hockey to be a close second to that. And I want to give you those resources to make sure that you are able to maintain that balance here. really want to help develop the whole athlete physically, technically, mentally. And I think the more self-aware that you can become, the more capable you'll be of being able to make corrections and make decisions for yourself on game day. So I think the difference between having good teams and great teams is if we can all we can all execute a skill, but the question is how good are you able to execute that skill under pressure? And what happens when something doesn't go right? What happens when you have to make a decision? Are you able to make those decisions under pressure? So a lot of my practices are centered around of the athletes taking ownership of their own development. It's a lot of me asking questions. What went well here? What needs work here? What could you do better next time? What do you think happened in this situation? Because I think the more that the athletes are able to make those decisions and corrections under pressure, that's what's going to set them apart from being good to being great. I really want to create those learning opportunities for you in practice, so that you'll be able to increase your ability to problem solve. And I think that I believe that in focusing on the process, that the success will be a byproduct at the end of the day. The last book I read was Chop Wood, Carry Water. I think that it has a lot of tidbits of wisdom all throughout. It was really good, and I think especially in the world we're in right now, where the pandemic and not knowing where we're going from one day to the next, it was really helpful um, to read and get lots of little tidbits of wisdom throughout. And it's a book that our team will be discussing this fall, so I'm excited to get to work on that. So when I really need to relax, I think that I really enjoy being out in nature, and whether that's going for a walk or going for a run, just getting outside, breathing the fresh air. If there's any water around, I love to go swimming or paddle boarding. But just getting outside, I think it can do wonders. One of my favorite quotes is "The sun rises, the sun sets, and we adapt." I think in this ever-changing world, and even when times aren't as wild as they are right now, it's always good. It's just a nice reminder that every day is a new day, and we're just going to make adjustments, and we're going to do the best we can.